Good evening, Mr. Cortez. Thank you for joining us today.
Yes, good evening to you.
And how are you tonight?
I'm all right.
That's good to hear. Now, I think it's best if we get right down to business. So, first things first, why did you decide to apply for this job?
Well, I've always had a knack for putting things together, and I've always loved the experience of, um, you know, uh, engineering and sort of, finding, different components, and I see a way that they could be put together, and I make it come to fruition.
That's good to hear. That's very good. Now, what would you say your strengths and weaknesses are?
Strengths and weaknesses. I would say a weakness is that sometimes I don't um sometimes it's harder for me to pick up social cues or um be emotionally there for someone. But strengths that I have are understanding people's situations, seeing a side that might not be there. Um if they might not want to tell me, like maybe they got something going on that they're too afraid to tell me, I'll be understanding, basically.
That's nice. Yes, that's good. Now, what professional achievement would you say you're the most proud of?
Professional achievement, I think it would be the competition, or not competition, I mean the a benefit concert which I performed at. Um, the professional part of it being mostly that I um was the co-organizer for this band or group I was in that wanted to perform in the show. I was approached by a peer of mine, Matthew Law. Um, he got some people together, asking if we wanted to perform this song for the concert, and I gladly joined. And I accepted a position that I discussed with him to co-organize the band, co-coordinate, sort out meetings or rehearsals um, that we would all come to convene at um, when most possible, because everybody had different schedules and things like that. So much coordinating had to be done there, and it all worked out in the end. We won the competition.
That's good to hear. Now, next thing, what do you look for in this position?
I look for a both a learning experience and a fulfilling experience, fulfilling in the way that um, I get to do the thing that I love while being compensated fairly.
I'm sure we can work something out. Now, what kind of working environment do you work best in?
One where there is very, very concise and clear communication. I've had far too many problems in the past where miscommunication resulted in a argument or predicament that frankly made things less efficient in both the professional and social um, sense.
That's that I see where you're coming from. Now, do you have any questions for us?
Yeah, I do. Um, for one, I would like to ask, how is your workplace solving the problem of, let's say, AI work?
While we understand that AI can be a tool, a very useful tool, we tend to rely on human employees.
I should elaborate on that. How how does your workplace cope with, let's say, an employee is running late on a deadline and they in in an action of nervousness, they consult Mid-Journey AI to generate a 3D model of their expected work.
While we do prefer our while we do prefer our employees to do their own work, there are some situations which we may excuse, but only in matters of desperation, I suppose.
Hmm. Thank you. That is what I like to hear.
All right, well, thank you for your time, Mr. Cortez. It was nice hearing from you. And
Likewise.
please keep watch for any communication in the future. Thank you.
Thank you. Looking forward to hear more from you. Hello. How are you? You're Caleb John?
Good evening, sir. Yes.
I'm I'm Matthew, the hiring manager for this company, Unnecessary Inventions Limited. So, why do you want this job?
Well, my family has come from a long line of engineers, and I want to be able to uphold that legacy and make them proud. And I think I'm quite skilled in engineering design.
Mm-hmm. That's good to hear. Now, for some scenarios, what would you do if your coworker was slacking off?
Well, at first I would reprimand them, and if they continue to do so, I would inform our supervisors.
Hmm. Very good way to deal with that situation. We don't deal with slacking off a lot here, but that's because we enforce a work rule. Now, what are your greatest strengths?
I'd say my greatest strength is I am a very creative person, and I'm able to come up with solutions to problems rather easily.
Very good. You might just be our next employee. That's don't take my word for it though. Okay, now let's head on to our HR department. I've just been informed that our HR person is out, so I will be doing questions. Tell me, what are your hobbies?
My hobbies, when I'm not, I usually I enjoy coming up with designs for various objects,
Mm-hmm.
such as in 3D models. I enjoy creating models. And
Specifically,
I'm and when I'm not doing that, I usually help around the house organizing such.
hmm, I can see how your skills and organization could benefit us with some team collaborative efforts. That is a big thing we do here. A team is better than a single person. It is like a hive mind. Now, tell me about a time when you had to deal with an argument with a friend.
Well, I once had an argument with a friend where we unfortunately both wore the same shirt to a
Mm-hmm.
party. So I confronted him and I told him, "Hey man, you wore the same shirt as me when we specifically planned what outfit we would wear a week
Mm-hmm.
ago." And and and
Keep
he
going.
got mad
Keep
at
going.
me.
Okay.
He got up in my face and told me, "No, this is my favorite shirt. You knew I would wear the shirt about a week ago." And I told him, "No, no, I did not, because I went shirt shopping with you last Friday,"
Now,
which, of course, was not last Friday, but the Friday before the party.
I
Of course.
understand.
So luckily, I had brought extra shirts in case of an emergency.
Right.
So we essentially rock paper scissors for it, and I ended up changing my shirt. So it all worked out in the end.
Hmm. I can see how you solved that conflict in a way that was efficient and would work. You knew in your mind it would work because I can see how your friend might be a very immature person, and if you had tried to solve it any other way, they wouldn't have coped. Now, last one. What are your pet peeves?
My pet peeves usually is when people conceal information from me. Like if we are working in a group, I expect to have a mutual understanding of what's
Mhm.
going on. And if someone is keeping things, it would lead to distrust and uncooperation in the group.
Mm. Yes, we value teamwork a lot in this company. If you couldn't tell already. Great things. I see great things in your future. Thank you, Caleb John.
Thank you, sir.
We will hopefully discuss your employment later.
Thank you, sir. Goodbye.
Bye.